The Mona Lisa, the most visited, the most written about, the most sung about, and the most parodied work of art in the world. It draws thousands of spectators every day. However, it wasn't always this way. For most of its life, the Mona Lisa was not widely known outside the art world. But this would all change thanks to one art thief. Leonardo da Vinci painted it in 1507, but it wasn't until the 1860s that art critics began to hail it as a masterwork of Renaissance painting. But it was still not widely known outside the art world. In 1911, the painting was still not popular among the lay public. But that would all change thanks to a man called Vincenzo Peruggia. Vincenzo Peruggia was born on 8th October 1881 in Dumenza, a small village in the Alps of Italy on the border of Switzerland. For a brief period after having moved to Paris in 1908, Vincenzo Peruggia obtained work at the Musée du Louvre, cleaning and reframing paintings. This job required him to construct strong cases for some of the arts in the museum, including the one for the Mona Lisa. Peruggia was an Italian patriot who believed that Leonardo's painting should have been returned to an Italian museum. He wanted to return the painting to its home of Italy. Chapter 2. The Theft. Peruggia entered the Musée du Louvre on the evening of Sunday, August 20th, 1911. Through the door where the other Louvre workers were entering, wearing one of the white workman's smocks that museum employees customarily wore, making himself indistinguishable from the other workers. He made his way to the Salon Carré, where the Da Vinci painting was housed. Security in the museum was lax, so the man found it easy to stow away inside a storage closet. He remained hidden there until the following morning when the Louvre was closed and foot traffic was light. At around 7:15 a.m., he emerged. After checking to see if the coast was clear, the thief strode up to the Mona Lisa, plucked it off the wall, and carried it to a nearby service stairwell, where he removed its wooden canvas from a protective glass frame. The lone hitch in the thief's plan came when he tried to exit the stairwell into a courtyard. Finding the door locked, he placed the Mona Lisa, now wrapped in a white sheet, on the floor and tried to take apart the doorknob. He made little progress before one of the Louvre's plumbers appeared on the stairwell. Rather than apprehending him, however, the plumber took the man for a trapped co-worker and assisted him in opening the door. With a friendly thank you, the thief made his getaway. Just a few moments later, he waltzed out of the Louvre with one of the world's most valuable paintings tucked beneath his apron. Peruggia walked to the nearby Quai d'Orsay train station and caught the Paris to Bordeaux Express at 7:47 a.m. As the painting was still not widely known outside the art world, it was 28 hours until anyone even noticed the 4 bare hooks. The guy who noticed was a still life artist who set up his easel to paint that gallery in the Louvre. But he wasn't alarmed. At that time, there was a project underway to photograph the Louvre's many works. Each piece had to be taken to the roof, since the cameras of the day did not work well inside. So the artist persuaded a guard to go see how long the photographers were going to have the painting. The guard realized that the photographers didn't have it. The Louvre was closed for a week for investigation. After the Louvre announced the theft, newspapers all over the world ran headlines about the missing masterpiece. 60 detectives seek stolen Mona Lisa. French public indignant, the New York Times declared. The heist had become something of a national scandal. In France at the time, there was a great deal of concern that American millionaires were buying up the legacy of France. At one point, American tycoon and art lover J.P. Morgan was suspected of commissioning the theft. Pablo Picasso was also considered a suspect and was questioned. As tensions were escalating between France and Germany ahead of World War I, some people thought the Germans were behind it. Meanwhile, Peruggia hoped to sell the painting, but the heist had received so much attention that the Mona Lisa became too hot to sell. Within days, newspapers were offering rewards. Peruggia could have brought it in, but the main reason he didn't do that is he was worried about being arrested and didn't think he could get away with it. So Peruggia stashed it in the false bottom of a trunk in his Paris boarding house. 28 months after he snatched it from the Louvre, Peruggia finally made a pass at selling the Mona Lisa to an art dealer, Mario Fratelli, in Florence. But Fratelli was suspicious. He had the head of an Italian art gallery come take a look at the painting and verify its authenticity. Fratelli, after taking the painting for safekeeping, informed the police, who arrested Peruggia at his hotel. After its recovery, the painting was exhibited all over Italy with banner headlines rejoicing about its return. The Mona Lisa was then returned to the Louvre in 1913. Peruggia pleaded guilty to stealing it and was sentenced to just 8 months in prison. While the painting was somewhat famous before the theft, the notoriety it received from the newspaper headlines and the large-scale police investigation helped the artwork become one of the best known in the world. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something. A Daydreamer production.